First thoughts, July 29th, 2015. In my continued quest to educate my fellow parents and to give you a little peace of mind, um, after you've gone through their phone, after you've gone through their rooms, if you haven't identified anything, God bless you, and that's awesome. I really feel I'm very happy for you. Okay, and love your child, spend more time with them, and don't make this a one-time thing. Okay, continue to check. This is affecting people of all ages now. If they're under your roof and things are not progressing as you see fit, okay, there's probably something going on. So keep checking. I told you, pretty much what it does to your child. And today I'm going to tell you what to do if you do find something. Okay, the first thing you're going to do is you're going to make an appointment for your child at your physician. And you're going to take them in and you're going to explain to the doctor what's going on and give them a physical. Okay, get some blood work done, make sure that everything's right. If they're using intravenous drugs, there's some other tests they have to be taken. And just so you're aware, some diseases don't show up for quite some time. So if you're an intravenous drug user, you should absolutely test yourself maybe twice a year for a couple of years to make sure that, if you didn't share needles, then, they're worried about it. But anyway, if you find the stuff, like I said, take them to your doctor. Secondly, go online. I'll post it later. And go on either NA or AA. That's Narcotics Anonymous. And also Alcoholics Anonymous. And find a meeting near you. Okay, they're all different times. They're all different places. Every day. Okay, and they're strategically placed, so they're always around. I mean, there's probably within walking distance every night you could get to one. Some of them might be a haul, but you can do it. I suggest that you take your child to it and you go in a meeting with them. Experience this. You'll notice the diversity of people there. You can tell by the clothes they wear and their nails, and there's all different kinds of incomes in that room, all ages. But I would very strongly suggest that you go with them. Okay, so you know what's going on, so you can ask questions. You don't have to share. That's something that is, optional. At every meeting they do, they're self-sustained, so they are going to pass a hat, throw $1 or $2 in there. It's just to pay for the coffee and to keep the place going. It's a very good organization. The second reason I want to go with them is because, unfortunately, when you're dealing with addicts, you're dealing with compromised morals and stuff like that. So there are what I call, wolves or sharks, and they're at the meetings. And these are people that are, putting on a front of recovery and at the same time dealing. They see your child's being vulnerable, new, and, possibly in what they call a burning desire. Okay, and if a kid's in a burning desire, that means he is like really itching to use and is doing everything he can not to. That's very easily swayed. Okay, a guy walks out, that's why, afterwards everybody's having talks, and that's where you find your sponsors most of the time. If your child does get a sponsor, okay, it's not going to be an immediate thing. It's, he has to get to know people, and, it's people he trusts and a person that's willing, and because that's the 12th step with most programs, is to help others. So your sponsor is going to talk to your kid about things you're not going to know about. Okay, and you're gonna have to relinquish a little bit of control there. But know that he's on your side or she's on your side. Okay, get to know them. Include them in family affairs and such. They don't have to come, but if they want to, by all means, show them that you appreciate their efforts. They don't like to be told thank you. Okay, so instead of thanking them, feed them. You know, invite them over for parties and such, and that in that way, with actions, you can thank them. Uh, AA is also a place where you can go. It's a little more structured. It's there's no sharks because an alcoholic wants to go have a drink. He can walk out the door and go to a dozen places. So that part of it is, my affected family has gone to both. I don't know, whichever one works out best for the individual. Stick with it. Maybe try, NA on Monday, AA on Tuesday, and then Wednesday you figure out, you know, which one is better set up for you or your loved one. The program with them is all new people they believe should do 90 and 90. That's 90 meetings in 90 days. Okay, that's not skipping and doing 2 one day. It's doing a meeting every day. And human nature says that we have to do things for a minimum of 14 to 21 days to form a habit. So 90 days usually sets a system and a routine up, which is what we're looking for. We're looking for structure and abilities to stand on their own 2 feet. From that, you're going to look for, after the doctor visit may, you go to the doctor, he may streamline him right to rehab or her to rehab because of their condition. If they're not in detox, detox is when the drug leaves their system, and it's ugly, and not everybody's qualified to deal with it. So if they're a heavy user, they're going to need to be in the hospital to detox. Don't think you can handle it. No, I'm telling you, I don't know if there's seizures could happen, all kinds of stuff that we might not be prepared or trained for. So leave that to the professionals. Okay. There's programs out there. There's a group in Glassboro called Maryville, and they actually have funding. There's age requirements and paperwork to fill out. But listen, there's help out there. Okay, there's programs that don't cost any money. There's programs that will charge your child, and hey, it's their problem. But there may be a time you have to reach in your pocket, and you have to ask yourself, it's my retirement, but I'm going to be miserable for the rest of my life waiting for the day to go because I lost my child. Money means nothing. There's also Nar-Anon and Al-Anon. Now, these are groups that help the family members, parents, friends of addicts cope, and just somebody to talk to. The only problem I have with those, and I've had this told to me by addicts who have achieved sobriety and have been in a program for decades, and then their child becomes addicted, and they go to these groups, and they're told the complete opposite of what their recovery was. Their recovery was always to help people, like I had just mentioned, and with these, they're telling the parents to basically cut their kids off, and I don't know what's right. I really don't. I just don't know if that could I could physically, mentally, or emotionally do that. But that's a decision I have to come on my own, and you have to come up on your own. Uh, my kids are my everything, and I'm going to do everything in my power to help them without enabling them. Make that a goal. Please, if you have any questions, reach out. If I don't have the answers, I'll find it out for you. All right, so I'll post up the AA and NA websites in a little bit. Until then, love your kids. Never quit on them. Okay? But we need to stop the madness. Be educated, informed, find out who is supplying, and let's get them off the streets. All right? They're out to murder your child, and they could care less. It's paying for their Netflix. All right? Remember that every time you find a little sympathy in your heart for them. They're evil. Demons. This is what the Bible's talking about. All right? Love your kids. You're not alone. Mass Cosmo.